Good afternoon. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu. It is Thursday evening. It is 3:40. I have to look because, as we know, my eyes. Wanted to show you some finished objects and talk about a little pouch I found from Walmart. I mentioned these the other day in a video I made. I got them about a year and a half ago. I got them for Christmas gifts, and there were 5 or 6 in a pack for, I think, $5 something. Very worth the purchase. Now, I have scissors, hooks, yarn hooks, thread, buttons, measuring tapes. I have bunches of little things in here. I've got this one. I've got a blue one floating around here somewhere, and I think I've got another one or two. But I love these. Walmart, and I guess I think I typed in makeup bags. They're not very expensive made, but they're wonderful for this. So I wanted to get that out of the way. I've talked about the book club several times, and so I have warred with myself all week. Excuse me. I wanted to make something for the book club members. They're all so precious. One lady brought us wreaths a few weeks ago, and they are beautiful. They're big door wreaths. Mine was gardening themed, and I love it. I can't wait to hang it on the door right there on the porch. There's a door right there. So I'm looking forward to hanging that wreath there. I thought I would, give it another few weeks. It's really a spring wreath, and it's beautiful. I love it. So like I said, I've warred with myself all week. What can I make? And one of the members had shared a post a few weeks ago. Somebody had made granny squares with the colors that was in the books that they were reading in their book club. And I thought, that's a wonderful idea. The problem with that was the first book, everybody had the same book cover. The Jane Eyre book, there was many different colors. There was black, there was burgundy, there was, mine was kind of the aqua blues and dark colors, and I forgot what the other one was. There was all different colors. So I thought, I can't just make a granny square with those colors because everybody's book cover is different, and I didn't really know. So I asked them their favorite colors, and one said blues, yellows, and reds, I think. There was 2 that wanted purples, and then there was one that liked blues and whites. So I had this yarn, and it's really a thicker yarn than what I'd like to make for a bookmark like this. But this has all of the colors in it. There's some of the royal blue, there's purples, and in the tassel that I made, for the one girl that liked the royal blue and white, I done an extra pop of the blue and white on hers. The ones that like the purple, I done the extra pops of purple, and they'll just have to lay something heavy on this to kind of get it to lay still. But I put extra sparkly purple in theirs, and then the others are just, the colors of the books. So the first book had kind of the fall colors, and then a gold, yellowish gold. And then, of course, like I said, the Jane Eyre book, there was so many different colors that it was hard to distinguish. So I thought this kind of fits the first 2 books that we've read. Our next book, I think I've mentioned in another video, was Savannah Breeze, or Savannah Breezes. So it'll be a quick, easy breezy book. Jane Eyre was a long book, but I love Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre to me is, from as far back as I can remember and read the book the first time and saw the movies, I've been hooked on Jane Eyre. This, I think I've already shown this, but I'm going to show it again before I take it off to book club tomorrow. This is for one of the members. Now, the original pom-pom was rainbow colors, and I thought that would be pretty, and it matched the beanie so well. But as you know, I have 4 children. So that kind of got removed. So I had to find another one. So I was so thankful I had a pink one. So that's my finished objects for the week. I've talked about the beanie. I'll show it another time that I made that's going to New York. I've got a button to kind of scrunch up. You know, when you're fooling with crochet and you sew a button in, unless you have a piece of material that you sew the button to first and then sew the material to the beanie, it's almost impossible for your buttons to be lined up properly. And look, okay, you can, but it takes some doing. Well, the buttons I sewed in, 5 of them are in place. One of them's a little lob-wallied, so I've got to straighten that up. That's really all I've got to talk about and to show you at this point this week. I'll try to do another video tomorrow and show you the beanie that's going to New York, and then the one that's going about probably 35, 45 miles from me. So I really don't have much to say. What has everybody been working on this week, and what have you been doing this week? We've got rain, but it's warmer temperatures this week. It's warmed up so nice. Today I just wanted to sit on the porch, and I'd let Gracie, our lab mix, she lives next door with her papa, and he's in the hospital, so I'd let her out to do her business. Well, normally I put Gracie on a leash because of the very thing that I went through. Thankfully, my son was home and he got her. She would have come back, but she likes to wander and explore, and Seven is the same way. Seven loves to go in the backyard, and Gracie went from the front to the back and then to the neighbor's yard, which is okay, but I just don't like for her to wander around that far. She's a stinker. We've had her, we keep trying to decide if we got her in 2014, I'm thinking. It was 2013 or 2014. We got her the day before my birthday, so I always kind of celebrate her as, you know, the 17th of July. But she loves her papa, and she wants to be with her papa. She loves her daddy, but we have the little ones, and she's not especially excited to see them. She doesn't want to see them. So she stays there with her papa. So Gracie, I call it Gracie duty, is real interesting when he's gone from home, because I will normally have to crate at least 3 of them and then go let her out, because I like to sit with her and just let her kind of, you know, get some attention and be out and smell all the smells and things. So she enjoyed herself for a few minutes, and like I said, I wouldn't have let her gone like that had my son not been home, but I knew he could come to my rescue, and he did. She listens to him and she minds him. She don't mind me. Nanny's just a play toy. Nanny is a play toy to all of them. They don't mind me. They don't mind me at all. So do you have fur babies? Do you keep them inside, or what do you have, and what are your projects you're working on this week? Like I said, I have worked, and I worried my friend in Michigan to pieces all week because I'd send her a YouTube video and I said, oh, this is what I'm going to do the bookmarks in. I had so many different notions and ideas, and I saw Stitches and Jack's Karen the other day, and she was showing her I think it's called Magic Lantern that she had made, and I thought, oh, that would be pretty. And I thought, well, how am I going to incorporate that to being a bookmark? Now, Granny Square, you can, you know, or the Granny Rectangles, and I even thought of the Granny Rectangles, worked part of one up, and I thought, I'm just not feeling the vibe. And there was one that was, wasn't the feather one, but each row is kind of at a point all the way up. And I thought, oh, that's so pretty. Well, I didn't have the right size hook with me, and I didn't have the right size yarn. And it was a big old mess, and I was using variegated yarn, and I couldn't tell what I was doing. And I thought, oh my word, surely life isn't this hard. It was a week, and I shared on Facebook the Tim Conway and Carol Burnett skit where Tim is coming down the steps and he sits down and he just starts tumbling, and then he makes himself hit the rail. And I scream every time I watch that. Him and Harvey Korman could just look at each other, and I just start laughing. They were so funny. So that's been my week. It's been like ka-thud, ka-thud, pow, ka-thud. And that was me with the bookmarks. What am I going to do? Well, I made one, and I won't dare show it. But I thought, I'll do the spinners, and I'll make it long enough. I'll have a strand here and a strand here. And then I thought, well, how's it going to fit on the book? So I had the elastic hairbands. And I thought, oh, yeah, I've got it. Oh, my word. I started making one, and I thought, that is not going to work. So then today I thought, well, I'll make the spinners with the long tail, and I'll put the beads on it. That really looked ridiculous because you've got this big fat spinner hanging out the top with this long thin thing of chains and two beads hanging out the bottom. You're going to knock somebody out with your book? That's what would have happened. I thought, no. So I made the crescent, and I've made the crescent before, but I've used the size 10 thread. So I thought, if all else fails, I will just make a bunch with the blue and the white together, because I don't have a lot of colors. I've got pink, yellow, the gray that's more like Christmas, and the silver that's more like Christmas, the red, white, and green that's more for Christmas. And then I have a lot of white, off-white, and then I have a couple of this. I've got a black one somewhere, but I don't recall where it's at. It must be in the basement because I keep them in a drawer in my secretary desk. I thought, if all else fails, I will just double strand. I'll get a strand of white and a strand of the blue, and I'll do the crescent. And I thought, I wasn't feeling it. So I'm pleased with those. I mean, they're not exactly what I wanted. They're a little thicker than what I wanted, but they're bookmarks. They will work just fine for bookmarks. And the next book, the Savannah Breezes, it's kind of blue, like a summer blue with, I think there's 2 beach chairs. So I'll try to pull some of those colors out and then maybe do some spinner ornaments for their Christmas tree. I don't know. Give me suggestions. You know, not everybody wants a big old key ring bit on their key ring. Now, I wouldn't mind it, but a lot of people just don't want a lot of things on their key rings. Then you've got some people that have 500 things on their key rings and they don't mind. But most everybody that I know just doesn't care for that many things on their key. So the key rings was kind of out, and I'd even thought about doing the bumblebees. So I may do that in the book colors. I have the stuffing for them and not do the big ones, just do the small one. So anyways, join me back. Keep me posted on what you're working on and let me know what you're doing. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.